If you ever question the fact whether or not it was possible for you to have a new outlook and have a new setting as you approach your day when it comes to your finances, well, in today's video, I want to share with you a few tips that's going to help you identify, craft, and define your financial tone. So if you're ready, let's go. The Debt Demolisher TV with Sophia Melone. Hi, everyone. It's Sophia Melonē, the Debt Demolisher, here to bring you the tools, tips, and tricks to help you manage your financial baggage the right way. What an honor and privilege it is to be before you all for yet another DDTV episode, where today we're going to be talking about how to define, how to create, how to uphold your financial tone. Now, you may be wondering, well, what do you even mean by financial tone? So let's go ahead and break down the terminology. Have you ever heard of the phrase of set the tone, or you set the tone, or they set the tone, or you prep the stage? It's a similar stance, but you're tying it to your finances. So when we look at the definition of tone, tone is essentially, or setting the tone, tone is essentially you identifying or establishing a quality, you identifying or you establishing a certain feeling, or you establishing a particular attitude about a thing. So whether you have that attitude, whether you have that feeling, or whether you have that specific quality, you're either embodying it, or you're speaking it, or you're writing it. So when you think of your tone, when you think of your mental approach, when you think of how you navigate your day when it comes to your finances, you might want to ensure that you have a way to check that. And so in this video, I want to share with you 3 tips that's going to help you personally define your financial tone. So again, when you're looking at setting the tone and identifying your financial tone, you're going to really think about establishing that quality, establishing that feeling, as well as that attitude towards your financial life and your financial situation, as well as your financial goals. So one of the things that I use in terms of really trying to help you grasp this and get this so that way you can remember it, if you could just remember or think of this term NIA. This is more than likely popular as a name, but I'm calling this an acronym called NIA because this is going to be the 3 steps that's going to help you define your financial tone. So what does the N stand for? The N stands for need. So when you are approaching your days and when you're thinking about the tone or the embodiment that you want to be able to have, you have to ensure that you are considering, number 1, what your needs are, because needs always supersedes wants. So you may want a certain thing, you may desire for a certain thing, you may long for a certain thing, but what's most important for you to be able to address is those baseline needs. Remember, I talked about this in a different video about the Maslow's hierarchy of needs and how actually each level of those needs can actually tie to your finances. So when you look at that, the baseline that needs to be addressed is the need. So you want to ask yourself specific questions about identifying what your need is today. Why? Because needs change over time. What you needed today may not be what you need tomorrow. What you need today may not have been what you needed yesterday. So you want to look at where you are and what your personal needs are as it relates to your financial situation. Remember, there is a difference between needs, wants, desires, and goals. So be very clear on what the need is, so that way you can think about what you need for your day today and allow that to be the baseline consideration of how to set the tone in terms of mentally, in terms of your attitude, in terms of your feelings, as well as in terms of the quality that you exude throughout that day. What do you need? What do you need? Number 2, if you're ready for number 2, let me see your number 2s in the comments. So number 2 is inspiration. So the I in NIA is inspiration. So you want to really think about who and what is inspiring you and what is causing you to be inspired, or how can you look for a particular source of inspiration to help you embody the mode and the node and the energy that you want to be able to display towards your finances. So when you think of the term inspiration, inspiration is none other than a mental stimulation that has been triggered in you to do something. How many times have we heard stories or we've heard people say, you've inspired me? How many times have you said to someone, you inspire me? And when you hear that term, or when you say that term inspire, that means that what they've said, what they've done, the sharing of their story has created a mental stimulation in you for you to now do something. So when you are looking at the financial tone that you want to set for your day, think about your inspiration. Think about the mental stimulation that you've received in order to do something. One of the things that I hear you all say in the comments of the videos or during the live chats, during our live streams, is that you've inspired me. You say, so you've inspired me. Your story is inspiring. Not only do I hear it verbatim on this channel, I also hear it in person. I hear it after I come off of stage. I hear it after I've delivered a presentation. I hear it when they reach out to me privately on my social media platforms, or when they email me directly, they tell me, you inspire me. So what source of inspiration can you find that you can begin to model, that you can begin to embrace in order to set the tone for your finances during this day? Because again, anything that relates to our finances, anything that relates to what we do starts with our mental capacity and our mental approach. And this is why the tone at the top is so important. The tone at the top is that mindset. The tone at the top is what you're telling yourself. Your tone at the top is that inspiration and that thing that you're able to see that's going to trigger something in you to be able to do something differently around your finances. So number one was making sure that you are considering the need. Number two, which is the I, is considering and identifying a source of inspiration. All right, last acronym, number three, or the last letter of the acronym, number three, is the A. So the acronym NIA, N-I-A, the last one is A, and the A stands for aspiration. So you want to look at identifying what your aspirations are. Now, you may be saying to yourself, well, isn't inspiration and aspiration pretty much the same thing? Not quite, because as I've just said, inspiration is a mental stimulation that gets you to do something. So it causes you to be creative. It ignites something in you to actually do. And more than likely, you're going to take action on it when you're inspired. The A, on the other hand, which is the aspiration, is the hope, is the desire, it's the ambition to do something. So it's completely different. Although they may be similar, inspiration and aspiration is very different. So when you're thinking about your aspirations, you're thinking about the goal. You're thinking about what you're seeking to reach after. You're thinking about that hope. You're thinking about that dream. So what is the dream? What is the hope? What is the ambition? What is the desire that you have for your financial life today? Today. So the A allows you to hold on to your goals. The A allows you to revisit your goal. So as you go through your day and you're thinking about your financial tone, you always want to think of these three things. What do you need? What inspires you? And what are you aspiring for? What are you aspiring to? And what are you going to do to ensure that your mindset stays focused on the NIA? So I hope that you all found value inside of this lesson. I want you guys to really leverage this NIA acronym, this NIA method, N-I-A, to ensure that you use this framework to establish your financial tone every single day. So when you start your day, identify your tone. Jot down, what do I need today? When you are going through your day, you're setting your financial tone, jot down, what is inspiring me today? And then when you go through and you're setting your financial tone, and you're going to close out by identifying, what do you aspire today? And as you identify these 3 things, you're literally going to allow this to repeat within your mind so that you can begin to embody that feeling as you carry out your day. Even when the financial challenges come, even when the unexpected expenses come, even when these unexpected things happen that can cause you to feel defeated in your finances. But today, I want to give you a method and a formula to empower you. So remember, you get to design your NIA. You get to design your financial tone. All you have to do is just take a couple of minutes to go ahead and do your responses to the NIA method, to the NIA framework, and then embody that for the rest of the day, each and every day. Remember, your financial prosperity awaits you, and so does your financial sanity. You already know what I'm going to tell you to do, and that's what? Get to work. All right. Bye. The Debt Demolisher TV with Sophia Melone. The Debt Demolisher TV with Sophia Melone. The Debt Demolisher TV with Sophia